Breaking news. Barrister Aloye Jimako gives full details of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court proceeding today at the Federal High Court, Abuja. Here the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's date is 29th of April 2025, and I have video clip and of course information from Barrister Aloye Jimako, the special counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news, because it's very, very important, I can assure you, my people. It is not a news that today, 29th of April 2025, is the day that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appeared in the court of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, for the commencement of the trial between, I don't want to say between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the zoo government, but between Biafra and the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. So pay attention. I will first of all read the update from Barrister Aloye Jimako's official and verified X account. After that, I will then play the video for you. And those of you who have already come across this very update, because it was made just a couple of hours ago, if you have watched the video, I want you to stay tuned, because we have something very, very important to say after the video. So let us move first of all and read the update before the video. And according to the lawyer, he said, update. Today's MNK hearing has been concluded. The prosecution presented its first witness, who was not identified by name but by initials only, and he testified from behind a screen, as was approved by the judge. On 2nd of May, we shall cross-examine him and test his veracity. So that means what happened today is only for the so-called witness, the masked witness, to testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without being questioned or cross-examined. So on the 2nd of May, the team of our lawyers and co will now cross-examine him, question him. You see that suspected Igbo man who has taken money from the zoo to mask himself to come and witness and give false witnesses against an innocent man, against Chineke. If you are hearing me right now, I want you to disappear. You better excuse yourself. In fact, buy overnight ticket. If you don't have any visa, you don't have good passport, you don't have visa, just first of all, Tunisia na Benin Republic. Obune no n'ugwu Hausa, Tunisia na Chad, isi Chad, ife Niger, cross Mediterranean Sea, banye Italy, direct, isi Italy, na chowabu egi, na wegi, because at the end, you will be ashamed. You will be unmasked. You will be unmasked. Don't think that you are going to remain, masked forever. You shall be unmasked. Bear it in mind. Because on the 2nd of May, the kind of query agabago, others who are preparing to come behind the mask to give false witnesses against our leader will be shocked. They will be shocked. Now, Biafrans, before playing the video for you, I want to remind you, with this little opportunity that I have now, that on the 9th of May 2025 is the day that has been scheduled by Biafrans in Finland and some of them in Europe, who are staging a protest in Helsinki, Finland, to ask for the immediate and unconditional release of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. This very protest, like as I usually say, is being organized by Biafrans in Finland. It has nothing to do with whatever or whoever that you support. Please, If you support Mazi Simon Ekpa, if you are his disciple, you are his follower, you are his supporter, you believe in him, you know that he is capable enough to give us Biafra, to deliver Biafra to us, to deliver freedom to us. Why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still held in a solitary confinement in the DSS dungeon, I want you to know that this protest is a must attend. Is a must attend. Just take it to yourself. Put it to yourself that this is a must attend. It's not about me. It's not about anyone, but it is all about all of us. Our collective effort, our collective vision, our collective freedom, which as Mazi Simon Ekpa remains in the custody, I'm telling you, what is happening now will continue to happen. Unless those of you are enjoying it, unless those of you are really not interested in freedom, but you are interested in all the shenanigans that is going on social media. But if you want freedom for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you want freedom for Biafrans at large, you must support this very protest. It is very important, very important. So the number to call for more details, anything that you want to know concerning this very upcoming protest, please call the number on your screen. Enquiry number for Finland protest for the release of Mazi Simon Ekpa, please call +358 40 243 6561. This is the official number to call for any details. You want to book hotel reservation, maybe you are coming from Europe or America or any other part of the world, and you have eligible traveling document to go, please endeavor to be there. Call this number and you will get more information concerning the protest. No money is required apart from the money which you are going to spend for your transportation or your flight ticket. No other money is required. Nobody is asking you to pay a dime. Now, moving back into the news of the day, I am going to release this very video for every one of you who are listening to me right now. So I want you to pay very close attention while we all watch this very video together.
The people I'm here are my brothers and sisters. We are all Biafrans of one mind. The lawyers are here, some of them. The others have dispatched to various locations where we are going to meet later. Tomorrow we are going to the DSS to meet with Onyendu. Today, what happened? For those of you, and one Onyendu, we are playing fine boy. I was in the America, Dr. Sylvester Sonia and Dr. Chukwu Emeka of the Igbo, of the American military veterans of Igbo descent here. I be grateful for the solidarity they came to show to their fellow Igbos, and to Onyendu and the legal team and Onyendu. They flew all the way from America to show solidarity. We are very grateful, and this thing was in when Mary at the end of the day. So what happened in court today, as a way of recapping and informing those who didn't come to court, was very simple. Finally, the government is getting the so-called trial that it has always desired as of late. It didn't desire this trial for the past 10 years, but for the past 6-7 months, the government has been intent on having a trial. But the trial has commenced today, and we have seen, those of us in court, that the case rings very hollow. The prosecution witness was examined on direct examination by the prosecutor, and he made an application, meaning the prosecutor made an application before then for the witness to be masked or to be screened away from the bird's eye view of the general public. The only person that could behold him from our own side of the aisle was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because the law required that. So he was testified from behind his bench, and when people testify behind his bench, so he has given his direct examination, and the matter was adjourned to 2nd May for continuation of trial. So what is going to happen on 2nd May is very specific and simple. We are going to subject that witness to cross-examination. We're going to ask him to explain certain things. So his own answers to the questions pushed to him today will not be taken as true unless and until we have finished examining him 2nd May. So we are very hopeful that in the end, our victory is assured. We shall prevail, and we shall be able to show through this trial they are having, or they say having today, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any offense known to law. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Special counsel.
So, my people, you have seen it. I don't have a lot to analyze at this very point in time. But remember, as we proceed, matters are rising. I want to use this opportunity to lend my voice to thank those who flew all the way from America to Abuja to stand in solidarity with our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is the same thing that I'm asking for our people to stand in solidarity with our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. So I want to thank every one of them. I equally want to thank Barrister Aloye Jimako and all the legal team, all the sons and barristers who are standing for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I know that many of them are here willingly to defend the truth, not that they were hired to be paid, millions of amount based on their standards and caliber. So I want to thank every one of them. I want to thank all Biafrans who sat at home today to make today a memorable one for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you, my people. To salo numozi akona boto and make it go viral.
All right, let's go straight up to other issues trending today as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, to review why he established IPOB and Radio Biafra. Now, following the court hearing on that was it on Monday, right? Yeah. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has come out. Okay, on Tuesday, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has come out to give or review the major reason why he, established the IPOB movement and also the Radio Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, on Tuesday told the Federal High Court in Abuja that he is the founder of both IPOB and Radio Biafra. There is nothing, to hide. There is nothing, to be scared of. There is nothing to be ashamed of, That is one thing about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's a man who is upright in his doing and in all his endeavors. And that is why he will always stand his ground, no matter how they try to bully him. Now we continue. During the court section, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reviewed and explained that he created the Pro-Biafran group and his online radio platform with the aim of advocating for the rights and interests of the people of Biafra, Ndi Igbo people especially. Dismissing claim that IPOB operates covertly, Kanu emphasized that his broadcasts on Radio Biafra were made publicly and were accessible to all via Facebook and other platforms. All my broadcasts were public. IPOB is not a secret group, he told the court. When asked by the Department of State Services, DSS, whether he worked with others, Kanu maintained that he operated independently and personally, oversaw all Radio Biafran content. He denied having any collaborator in managing the group's communication activities. As part of the trial proceedings, the presiding judge ordered that a video recording of Kanu's interrogation by the DSS be played in court, in an open court. Now, a lot of things actually happened during the court sitting of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A lot. And in fact, I think this is the first time we are having this level of exposition in the court hearing. That means there is progress. A lot of things are coming out. So many things are being reviewed. So let's say there is hope. And that is the truth of the matter in the court hearing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, he has actually reviewed one thing that so many people were thinking, especially the haters of Biafra, were thinking he was going to deny. And for somebody who knows Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, especially we that believe in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his endeavors and his activities, we know fully well that there is no way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can deny his activities or relationship with the IPOB movement. That is his movement. It is his movement. There is nothing to deny about, because it is not a secret society. It's not a terrorist organization. And it is crazy because the zoo government and their pattern, their interrogation pattern is very poor. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast is not a secret. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. If you go to YouTube now, you will still see his videos on Radio Biafra. So what are they interrogating him for? Why are they saying that his publications are secret? No, he didn't hide anything. He didn't take back any statements he made. He did and acted based on international law. It's just that the zoo is a lawless country. That is why we are seeing a lot of things. You don't need to go and find hidden thing or start looking or start interrogating. Everything is public. Everything is there for the world to hear and see. It's as simple as that. So all these whole shenanigans and all these gara these people have been doing is just for no reason. Honestly speaking, it's for no reason. I don't even understand the whole ordeal. I don't understand the reason why they are still interrogating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu till date. Now, having said that, I want to drop another news, which will expose further and vindicate Mazi Nnamdi further on this whole issue. Please make sure you're sharing this video to as many groups and platforms as possible.
Breaking news. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu goes global. Right word powers as federal government of the zoo unleash massive media blackmail against his upcoming court appearance. Here are the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's date is 24th of April 2025, and I have some video clip and information from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has mandated his lawyers to write word powers asking them for unbiased investigation into the state-sponsored terrorism against the indigenous people of Biafra. According to the tweet by Barrister Aloye Jimaka, I'm going to read this very news from his official X account, and after that, I will show you some video clips. Remember the title that says, as federal government of the zoo unleash massive media blackmail against his upcoming court appearance. Because it's in the public that the world has started speaking up against the incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, against his abduction in Kenya, his rendition to the zoo, and subsequent incarceration in a solitary confinement in the DSS dungeon in Abuja. So right now, without further ado, let us read in details before playing the video for you. According to Barrister Aloye Jimaka, he said, update on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. Today, April 23rd, which was of course yesterday, 2025, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu met with his legal team to address the Nigerian government's alleged attempts to manipulate public opinion ahead of his trial on April 29, 2025. To manipulate public opinion. Are you getting it? To manipulate public opinion. And this public opinion that they are trying to manipulate is not the zoo public, not Nigerian public opinion. No. But the international public opinion. That's why they are making videos here and there, trying to blackmail his court appearance, because the world has started speaking up against his abduction in Kenya, extraordinary rendition to the zoo, and his illegal incarceration in a solitary confinement in the DSS dungeon in Abuja. So they are using the videos which I will be playing for you moving forward after when I'm done reading from Barrister Ejimako to manipulate the international public opinion against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for them to continue to keep him in the custody. The same thing they are using our fellow Igbo people to do against Mazi Simon Ekpa in Finland. Are you getting me? Are you paying attention? Because the days ahead is not clear as I'm speaking to you. Now, according to the barrister, he said, to address the Nigeria government's alleged attempts to manipulate public opinion ahead of his trial on April 29, 2025, April 29, which is few days from today. Onyendu MNK highlighted concerns over deliberate effort to falsely link the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB to fabricated raids in Imo and Anambra. You all understand the video that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself is talking about. Remember, a couple of weeks ago, there's a viral video that showcased where, a lot of skulls were dumped in a certain place, a place that is fenced, a farmland fenced and gated. And if you watch that video, I don't want to play that video on this platform because it might go against YouTube rules. You see that video went viral, especially on X, formerly Twitter, where some group of armed DSS with some people from Osu Hitokwa, and Osumohu were parading themselves around that very compound, showcasing the scores, mentioning IPOB, mentioning Eastern Security Network, just to blackmail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Are you paying attention? There is nothing else, just to blackmail him, because we all know that, first of all, Eastern Security Network does not have any camp in Osu Hitokwa. No single camp of ESN in Osu Hitokwa. And it did not end there. ESN is no longer on existence. As I'm speaking to you, Eastern Security Network has ceased to exist long ago. Long ago. But that does not mean that the personnel of the Eastern Security Network have been wiped away. No. These members of Eastern Security Network were transformed into what we have today as Biafra Liberation Army. Igwe Butuzo was a member of Eastern Security Network. Yes, Commander Gentle was a member of the Eastern Security Network. But the moment Biafra people formed a government, you cannot operate a government with an ordinary security, vigilante group. No. They were converted into the Liberation Army, which is the right thing to do. And anybody still telling you about ESN, whether they are DOS or Nigeria Media, Nigeria DSS, Nigerian Army, or whosoever, anybody who still mention ESN is strictly doing that to blackmail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they know that ESN is no longer on existence. Everybody is aware of it. They all know, because all the members of ESN, they follow, especially the commanders, because when commanders stand, then their subordinate follows. They all know, all of them, all the commanders and their subordinates were all into Biafra Liberation Army. None of them is left behind, apart from those that resigned when they realized that DOS have sold them out. Yes, I am telling you the gospel truth. It's not Boasi. Tell us where is their camp. So in the Osun that we are talking about, there is no camp of ESN. We have Mother Valley, which the zoo is aware. I am not exposing anything. They know is in the public. And the Mother Valley belongs to the Biafra Liberation Army, not the Eastern Security Network. So when they say ESN, they are using it to blackmail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no hand in the formation of the Biafra Liberation Army. They know this. And Biafra Liberation Army is strictly for the defense of the Biafran people and Biafra land. Nothing else. Nothing more, nothing else. The only army that commit terrorism, aid and abet terrorism, is the Nigerian army, because they are the only one that disarm people and allow the Fulani herdsmen terrorists to move in and commit genocide. It's only the Nigerian army and police. Who else? Who else does it? If not these two organizations. The Biafra Liberation Army is the People's Army. Now, according to the lawyer, Barrister Ejimako, he continued. He said, describing these as state-sponsored tactics to deflect attention from global campaigns for his release. In response, Kanu has instructed his lawyers to formally engage the United States and the European Union to conduct an impartial investigation into the wave of state-sponsored insecurity in Southeast. We remain committed to truth and justice. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So this is from Barrister Ejimako, and I hope the message is very, very clear to those who are listening. Now, I want to play for you some of the video. In fact, I just want to play one video for you to see what the zoo federal government is doing using our own people just to blackmail one man. And these people they are using are fully aware that they are being used to blackmail their own savior. What an irony. What an irony. They are fully aware that they are being used to blackmail their savior, a man who has come to save them from the Fulani conquest of their motherland. They know, fully aware, but because of the money that has given to them by the state and federal government, they have found it very, very imperative, necessary to blackmail their own savior. It doesn't matter if they perish in the next couple of years. Hey, chai. Ogene Ndibani. Alumelo, my people. Now, this is one of the videos. I want you to take your time and watch this video. Pay attention, my people. I have something to say.
Thought that all the houses in the compound were burnt down. Only one place he managed to fix recently, because he decided, I saw the courage upon him. He said he's not leaving his community, and he didn't run out of the community. He has been here from the onset till this day. Like as I said before, this is his house, and the other one over there, including that of his cousins and brothers, relatives, all here. If you could remember, this house was in order as at how many years ago, sir?
7 years ago, it was okay.
As at 7 years ago. So you see that, take your view back to 7 years ago, you see that this house was one of the best as at 7 years ago. But situations and the security challenges in the land brought this upon them in the community. He has been there. And I've gone to various compounds to...
First of all, because I don't want to strictly analyze this, maybe I will have to make a live broadcast to analyze it, to debunk whatever nonsense they are saying here. 7 years ago, ESN was not yet formed. 7 years ago. So I don't know how they abandoned building 7 years ago just because of ESN they are talking about, when ESN was not yet formed 7 years ago. So I will have my time to analyze these things. I'm telling you, God willingly, I will have my time to analyze them. Let's continue.
Ask very few questions. And I did like him to tell you just 1 or 2 points on what happened. Good afternoon, sir. Please, can you tell us your name?
Okay, good afternoon. My name is John Kinsley.
Okay, John Kinsley.
My name is John Kinsley. Odisakwe. Ubuagu.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually,
are you from this community?
Of course, I'm from Mami Bebenata.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, how come your house were burnt? Just stand one place, let the camera get it. What happened that your houses were burnt down? And I'd like to know.
Yeah, what happened is that the house was actually burnt by IPOP terrorists.
Did you hear him? That the house was actually burnt by the IPOP terrorists. And he said he's from where? He's from Osun. This is a known saboteur that has been used by the zoo government and the state government to sabotage the freedom of his own people. Facing the camera to call IPOB IPOP terrorists, which even he himself is involved. He's included as an indigenous person of Biafra, unless Mobundi Fulani Mutana Nibo. Unless Moso Nandi Fulani Mutana Nibo. na-asụ Igbo. You know? How do you say that? But this is not even the case. Let's continue.
Because of the activities they are inculcating in this community.
Okay.
So there was a friend, a brother of mine. I think they found the man who brought this rubbish also. You know, when he took the event took him time to, because at a point he was acting like a issue, like doing sort of things for youth, like kind of trying to become a leader.
Okay.
So in the long run, that thing turned to a different thing. I don't know how the emergency between here and the Carlo. So when they gave order 2021, started.
Did you hear that? Did you hear him mention Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? When they gave order in 2021, let me take it back a little bit. Pay attention, please.
How the emergency between here and the Carlo. So when they gave order 2021, started killing people.
This is my problem. And this is what the Zoo federal government wanted him to say. And they captured it on camera. They posted it. He said that man and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when they gave order in 2021, they started unaliving people. This is exactly what the Zoo wanted him to say. I won't continue playing the video because of time, but when I have time for them to go live, I am packaging a lot of things. Pay attention, my people, as we move. Thank you. To Salo Numozia and make it go viral.